Good morning, boys and girls. I'm sorry I am a little late getting this posted to Class Dojo, but it would not work to record on my computer, so I'm going to try on my phone and see how that works. So our first read aloud is going to be King Kafu and the Moon. King Kafu and the Moon, written by Trish, Cooke, illustrated by Andrea, Castellani. And there is a table of contents because this is a chapter book. There are 3 chapters. Chapter 1. Long ago, in a far-off land, in a tiny village, there lived a king. His name was Kafu. "I'm so brave," bragged King Kafu. "I'm not afraid of anything." King Kafu's people thought he was the bravest king in the world. The thing was, King Kafu wasn't as brave as everyone thought. He had a big secret. King Kafu was afraid of the dark. Every evening, he would go to bed before it got dark. He would close his curtains and put on his sparkly pajamas. Then he would switch on his secret nightlight and get into bed. He loved his nightlight and made the darkness in his bedroom go away, even when the sun went to bed. One night, as usual, King Kafu pressed the switch on his nightlight. But the nightlight didn't come on. "Arg!" screamed King Kafu. He felt very afraid. King Kafu hid under the covers as the sun went down. After a while, he felt braver, and he peeked out. He saw the light from the moon peeping through his curtains. He had only ever heard about the moon. He had never actually seen it. It was so big and bright and round. "That's it," he said. "I will leave the curtains open at night. Then the light from the moon can keep my bedroom bright." And there's the light shining down on him from the moon. A few nights later, King Kafu went to bed as usual. But when the moon rose, it looked different. A piece of the moon was missing. The next night, King Kafu waited for the moon again. This time, even more of the moon was missing. "Yarg!" King Kafu screamed. King Kafu's guard charged into the king's bedroom. "What is the matter?" he asked. "The moon! It's disappearing!" cried King Kafu. The guard looked up at the sky. He could indeed see that some of the moon was missing. So here just a little bit's missing, and then here a little bit more is missing. "We must save the moon," said King Kafu. "Tell the villagers I will give 1,000 gold coins to anyone who can capture the moon. I will keep the moon in the palace where I can keep an eye on it." Chapter 2. The next day, the guard made the announcement to the villagers. "The moon is disappearing," he said. "King Kafu will give 1,000 gold coins to anyone who can bring the moon to him." The villagers were confused. The moon had disappeared before, and it had always come back again. But there was a reward of 1,000 gold coins, so they started thinking of ways to capture the moon. How would you capture the moon? They decided to build a rocket. They worked non-stop for 11 days and nights. Finally, the rocket was finished. But when the villagers looked up at the sky, the moon was gone. Here's the rocket that they built, ready to go to the moon. "We must tell King Kafu," said the king's guard. He pointed to a young villager. "You boy," he said, "go and find the king. Tell him the moon is gone." The boy nodded and immediately set off for the palace. The boy searched the palace for the king. It took him a long time, but eventually the boy found King Kafu. He was hiding under his bed covers. "Why are you hiding?" asked the boy. "I'm afraid of the dark," King Kafu whimpered. "That's why I wanted to catch the moon and bring it to the palace. Then it would never be dark again. My people think I'm the bravest king in the world, but I am not. No one must ever know my secret." The boy felt sorry for King Kafu. "Don't worry," the boy said. "We will find the moon and bring it to you." The boy returned to the village. "We must find the moon's hiding place," he told the villagers. The villagers agreed. First, they collected fishing rods and butterfly nets to help them catch the moon. Then the boy, the guard, and some villagers climbed on board the rocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! The villagers cheered and the rocket shot up into the sky. And our final chapter, chapter 3. When they got into space, it was very dark. The villagers could see the moon hiding in the darkness. "Let's fly around to the other side," said the king's guard. "Good idea," said the boy. The rocket zoomed around the moon, making everyone dizzy. "Look," said a villager, pointing out the window. "This part of the moon is bright." "Aha!" said the boy. "So we only see the part of the moon that the sun shines on. Let's go back and tell the king." So the dark part and then the light part with the sun shining on it. Back in the village, the boy went with the king's guard to the palace. "Your Highness," said the king's guard, "there is nothing to worry about. The moon isn't disappearing at all. The moon is just dark when the sun doesn't shine on it." "Oh dear," said King Kafu. "Whatever will we do?" Oh, he looks worried. "I know," said the boy. "Every time the moon hides, we can fill the streets with lights." "A festival of light. Splendid idea," said the king happily. From then on, the king held a festival of light every time the moon disappeared from the sky. As for the boy, well, he was given 1,000 gold coins and lived happily ever after. Well, that was King Kafu and the Moon. I hope you enjoyed this story. I will be getting more books from Scholastic to my house to read to you, and I'm hoping to even include my dogs Daisy and Archie in helping us choose some of our read-alouds. So have a great day, and I will see you next week for our next story.